Rob and Liz, the morning on His Radio. Laura Story, take over.
Let's do it.
Because Laura is here this morning.
And we've definitely taken over.
Yeah.
Yes.
The family and everything. Kids are running around.
Getting hot chocolate.
Yes.
Well, you guys have that fancy hot chocolate machine. I mean,
right?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to keep them away from
No,
that.
no. It's hot chocolate for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Do I call you Doctor Story now?
Oh,
I mean, how do I?
Don't
Because
even.
you call it the hood ceremony or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. Good grief, you guys. A little sweet picture of me. No, you don't. See, it's not. I guess I have a doctorate in worship, but I can't prescribe medicine or anything like that, and so it's not really. Doesn't really mean anything.
So you can't give me a flu shot.
No,
today.
I can't.
No
I can't.
flu
I
shot.
still have to go to the doctor for ear infections and stuff for my kids.
But
But
still use
literally,
doctor.
we can call you Doctor
Yes.
Story.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of
this is so
awkward.
cool. I have the phone number of Doctor Story.
Right?
This is just amazing.
Why are you not getting mail that way?
If you have a worship emergency, you can call.
Yes.
You can call me, but that's pretty much all
Prescription
it's good
Hey,
for
my
song.
E string busted. What do I do?
for. Exactly. Yeah, you got to change that string. That's my expert opinion.
My tuner broke. How do I tune this thing now?
That's awesome.
She can do it. They travel. Laura and her family
love
travel. Were you just in Puerto Rico? I mean, what was?
In Puerto Rico, I don't.
Where did
think
you
so.
go? Where did you go?
No, Portugal. It's a lot of the same
Oh,
letters, but
it
very
is a lot of the same
different.
letters.
But a little
So
different
very
on the map.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were in Ireland. I'm part of a writers group that meets in Ireland because why not?
What?
So it was pretty awesome. And then we were in England teaching at a school there, and then we were already over on that side, and I thought, well, let's do our vacation over here. So we went to Portugal. It was fantastic.
Wait a minute. So you have a meeting in Ireland. How come we have meetings in conference rooms? What is wrong with this
Isn't that
picture?
something? So she's now Doctor Story and the
Yes.
world traveler.
Yes.
Well, you
Pinkies
guys,
up.
You guys need to come on over.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Hey,
The invite.
Well,
over to Ireland.
the best part about it was like 70. Where in Atlanta, it was 98. It was
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
So what was? It's not Portugal. I'm going to forget where you went.
Portugal.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it
we
is
were-
Portugal.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
I said
Portugal.
Puerto Rico. What was Portugal like?
It was fantastic. We'd never been, and literally we travel a lot as a family with music stuff, and we're just kind of picking different places to see. I know it sounds kind of crazy.
No, it doesn't. It sounds wonderful.
I let my kids, everyone could bring a backpack. Every person in the family could bring a backpack. And so they had to, I said, you can bring whatever you want as long as it fits in a backpack. So, yeah, I had to censor the packing a little.
I'm sure.
What was the craziest thing that someone tried to pack?
Oh, I think a stapler. I was like, yeah, you
A
can't.
stapler.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And one kid that tried to bring a knife, I was like, yeah, TSA.
That doesn't work.
Laura Story, who spent some time with us this morning. You're getting to know her a little bit if you don't know her already, because she's been a good friend to His Radio
Yeah.
for all these many years.
I grew up listening to you guys. I was literally talking about you guys just a couple days ago at
Really?
at a radio conference thing, and they were asking about kind of what my relationship with Christian radio, like had I listened to it before I was involved as a songwriter, and I was telling them about being a kid and waking up with my little radio alarm clock to His Radio.
No way.
And by the way, you guys have a great reputation among other radio stations.
Really?
They're like, oh, we love them, So it was really sweet. And so they asked me the question. They said, so you're saying that His Radio really played a role in you becoming like a songwriter and singer? And I said, no, I'm saying that His Radio played a role in probably in me becoming a Christian.
Oh, wow.
'Cause that's how I learned about God, was through you guys.
How
Sorry, I don't mean to
beautiful.
go super deep so early in the morning.
No, it was great. Goosebumps. I mean, to
But it's
hear
true.
that. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. That's awesome.
That is beautiful.
That's God working through what you were hearing as a
Amen.
as a young child.
Yeah.
Didn't you volunteer with Brett Dillard or something like that?
Oh yeah. So I grew up at First Baptist Spartanburg, and they were always so great at helping young people develop their gifts. I played in the orchestra there. People asked me, "Did you sing?" And I was like, "No, I was too embarrassed. I was too awkward of a kid to have sung like with a praise team or something there." But I played string bass in their orchestra. Ronald Wells, Steve Skinner, just all that whole crew was wonderful. And Britt So great. But actually, it's funny. We one night we were hanging out. I think I've told this story before here. We were hanging out, nothing to do, because we were like the good kids that weren't going to the parties, and we weren't really cool enough to be invited to the parties anyway. But we're hanging out, listening to the station, and we just decided, why don't we just hop in our car and see if we can find them? And somehow we found the address. I think we probably looked in the phone book at the time.
Yeah.
And found the address and showed up at the station, knocked on the door, and whoever was here just let us come in and hang out. And it was like the coolest thing we'd ever done.
Wow.
That is very, very cool.
What were you,
Yep.
16, 17 then?
Oh, yeah. 16 or 17 years old.
That's pretty cool.
I love
Wow.
that. I love that. First of all, that they let you in. Because,
Yeah.
now you might not.
Yeah, totally.
But that's cool they let you in. And
Well, and I don't think our parents knew that we were driving to Greenville. At the time, it was from Spartanburg. It's not like it's super far.
no, but you were going to his radio, so it's not like they would have been like, no, no, no.
Wow. So how do you go from playing violin to leading worship?
Yeah, well, so I guess in college, I had joined a band that was a kind of a coffee shop, kind of a Caedmon's Call type
Oh, come
group,
on.
if you remember
That's
that
a
group.
throwback. Yeah.
Which is like the last thing you want your kid to do, like when you send them to college and they're like, hey, Mom and Dad, I guess what, I joined a band. And they're like, huh.
Great.
I kind of was thinking you might have just studied a little bit more. But yeah, that's how and I was I guess I was kind of a background singer a little bit, and then our female vocalist quit. And they're like, well, you're a female, have you ever sung? And I had sung a little bit. Like, I think I was in kids choir, like when I was 10 or so. But that's kind of how the Lord began to kind of push me towards the front of the stage. And I don't know if you've ever had something in your life where you didn't necessarily feel like you were the person to do it, or you just didn't feel like you were good enough to do it. And the Lord kind of does that work in your life anyway, just to show you that he truly will. He doesn't always call the equipped, but he always equips the called.
Yeah,
and I feel like
how
it
true.
was him showing, it was very clear to me that this wasn't because I was like super good at this. He was bringing me to a place of depending on him.
He gave you those gifts, and he
Yeah.
wanted you to use them.
Yeah, and in his timing. It took me, I was kind of a late bloomer as far as being a singer.
Not
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah. Well, my first song ever that I had on the radio is Indescribable, and I wasn't the person to sing it. It was really cool that Chris, who is an incredible songwriter, just kind of for whatever reason decided that he would record my song.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I was also very happy to continue in kind of the background as a songwriter. But yeah, the Lord over the years just kind of began to push me, more towards the microphone.
Even though you were pushing back a little bit.
A little bit.
How old were you when you wrote that song?
I was in college, which that's not saying
Wow.
much because I was in college for like 8 years.
But you're a doctor now, so.
I am, yeah. But,
Doctor's story.
yes. Well, if you include all that, that was like 15 years. But yeah, and I wasn't that great of a student, which is why it took me so long for college, and I was doing music stuff as well. But yeah, so I guess I was in college and was starting to try to write songs, and Ed Cash, who the We the Kingdom, which that just is the sweetest thing, that he again, another person that was so happy just to be in the background as a songwriter, as a producer. And then his little girl said, hey, Daddy, you want to be in a band with me? And he's like, well, how can I say no to that?
Sure.
But yeah, Ed was the one that I first shared Indescribable with, and he's the one that shared it with Chris. And it's just kind
Here
of
we
neat how the
are.
Lord worked it out.
Right. So Laura's with us this morning, and from what I understand, your whole family is like a fan of the Waffle House.
Oh, we're big Waffle House. Hey, I need to tell you something. That song you just played,
Yeah.
Indescribable, if you listen to the very end, that's me playing piano.
Oh, get out.
But no one ever hears it because of radio people.
We
that
talk over it.
over the end. I'm not offended, but I just wanted you to know that what happened, I did the demo, and then when Chris heard it, he was like, oh, I'd love to record it. They just pitch shifted the entire piano part And then he put like 1,000 guitars over it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you listen at the very end, you can hear me go blue-doo-doo-doo
Yes.
on piano.
That's awesome.
But no one ever hears it because
Oh,
of you guys.
Yeah.
That's our problem.
That's us.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just needed to point
That's
that out.
okay.
real
No,
quick.
that's okay. I feel like I got to go just play that.
I know, just that part. There she is. There she is.
That's Laura's story right there. So back to the Waffle House.
sorry.
Where's the Waffle House? Why?
We are big Waffle House fans. Just, it's tough taking 6 people out to eat these days.
True.
Yes.
I mean, even groceries.
So what do you
Good night.
order, and then do you split it up between everybody?
That's a good question because I kind of go back and forth because the kids, they're getting older and they're like, do we really have to, order off the kids menu? And it's like, well, yes, you do, because it's like $4.50 for a kids meal. It's amazing. So what's beginning to happen is I'll say, okay, I'll let you order an adult meal and I'm going to order the kids meal. 'Cause
Right.
it's breakfast. Come on.
and it's plenty.
Exactly, it's plenty. But we like all of it. We like the hash brown bowl. I'll add some mushrooms in there. We love the pecan waffle. Yeah.
Okay. I
That's
know
pretty
we're
good.
both like, what?
Okay.
Guess where we're going?
What
Yeah.
is scattered, smothered, and covered?
Oh, that's the good stuff. That's like the cheese and the little tiny onions. Martin will get jalapenos.
Really?
Sometimes.
So what do you call
and
that?
Sometimes I let him.
Scattered,
It depends on how much time we're going to spend.
scattered, smothered, covered, and hot?
And spicy.
And spicy?
And spicy. I don't know what they call it, but yeah. Who
Put
knows?
the jalapenos in there. You
Yeah,
even
but
go
we're fans. We're fans of Waffle House.
so much so I feel like you go at Christmas time.
Oh, we do on Christmas Day.
You go
Christmas Day at the
Yes.
Waffle House.
So our, people ask about Christmas traditions, and we visit family at some point as well. But because I work at a church, I am always, our whole family will go and spend the day Christmas Eve at the church. So I'm there from
Okay.
11 a.m. to 9:30 at night, and then we'll go back home and sleep, and then wake up the next morning and go to Waffle House, then come back and open presents. And we go in our pajamas
That
We
is
love
like
pajamas.
the best.
Love
Yeah.
it.
because really it's Christmas.
Right?
And pajama pants are just comfortable.
Yes. Yeah.
One of the kids have made their way
Yes.
to see
Yes.
Mom in the studio. Laura has her guitar. We'd
I
love to hear you.
do.
That's got to be surreal that you used to come as a 16-year-old into the studio.
I know it is kind of wild. that
And
you
now you're
guys-
playing in the studio
I am.
your music.
I am. Yeah, this is a new song called "Come Unto Jesus," and it's just from that invitation in Matthew 11. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So maybe someone out there who might be struggling with weariness, with whether it's doubts or anxiety. Hopefully, this will be an invitation to come to Jesus.
It's great.
Come unto Jesus, all you who are weary. Come to the mercy seat, fervently kneel. Here bring your wounded heart, broken and needy. Come unto Jesus, mighty to heal. Joy of the comfortless, light for the straying, hope of the penitent, peace in our strife. Here speaks the Comforter, tenderly saying, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. Come unto Jesus, come unto Jesus. Lay down your burdens, He is enough. Come unto Jesus, rest in His love. So come now and follow Him, this life forsaking. All that was gain count as nothing but loss. Trade all this world for His kingdom unfading. Come unto Jesus and take up your cross. Come unto Jesus and take up your Jesus. Lay down your burdens. He is enough. Come unto Jesus. Rest in his love. Come unto Jesus. Rest in his love.
So nice.
Wow.
Laura Story, Unplugged. It was the takeover this morning. Thank you for the time.
Hey, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for having me, but also for what you guys do and the way that you minister to this community. It's such a treat to be here.
Oh, that's sweet.